Hello, this is John from the National Weather Service office in Grand Junction. Today is January 3rd, 2014, and Happy New Year. As you've probably noticed if you've lived in the Grand Valley, last month was quite cold. In fact, December 2013 was one of the coldest Decembers on record. In this briefing, we are going to compare December 1919, the coldest December on record, to December 2013 and point out some interesting items as we compare the two. First, let's take a look at December 2013. As a quick recap, the event that changed the month from a typical winter month to an extremely cold month was a strong system that moved from the Pacific Northwest as upper-level winds pushed the system southeast into Utah and Colorado. This surface map shows the area of focus over west-central Colorado. This storm dumped 6.5 inches of snow on Grand Junction by the end of the day, December 4th. This established a substantial valley-wide snowpack that resulted in an inversion that was quite strong for much of the month. This image shows a graphic of a typical weather pattern that we saw throughout the month following the big snow. In general terms, we were under a cool northwest flow over western Colorado, with a few embedded disturbances in the flow. The result was reinforced cold air with a few light snows throughout the month. While this image wasn't indicative of every day, it was the predominant flow in December. The purple colors are high relative humidities, and the red shows drier air. This graph shows the December 2013 snowfall in green compared to the normal values, which are in brown. The game-changing snowfall really stands out on the 3rd and 4th, with a 3.5-inch snowfall on the 7th and 8th. The month ended with 10.7 inches of snowfall, which is twice the normal value of 4.9 inches. This graph gives December 2013 temperatures compared to extremes in red and blue, and normal being in brown. The blue bars show the daily observed temperatures being well below normal for highs, which are the top of the blue bar, and the lows, the bottom of the bar. You can see that some of the low temperatures were in record low territory, the light blue line, and in fact, record lows were set on the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 12th. The month ended with an average temperature of 15.8 degrees. Now let's take a look at the 1919 data. While we don't have the historical weather charts available to consider, we can examine the observed data. In this graph, I have gone back and included data from the last week in November through the entire month of December. Thanksgiving 1919 was notable due to a big snowstorm that struck Grand Junction. 22 inches of snow fell on November 26th and 27th, and 14 inches of that fell on the 27th, making it the greatest single-day total ever recorded in Grand Junction. Then on December 8th, another storm dropped 8 more inches. The total snowfall from November 26th through December 12th was 35 inches, the largest 17-day total ever. Now let's take a look at the temperatures back in December 1919. Temperatures started the month below normal with the well-established snowpack already on the ground. Readings moderated on the 5th, 6th, and 7th ahead of a snowstorm that occurred on the 8th. Temperatures plummeted on the 9th and 10th following the storm, with lows 20 below and 18 below respectively, and a high of only 4 on the 9th. After a quick rebound on the 11th and 12th, temperatures stayed well below normal for the rest of the month. The month ended with an average temperature of 15.6 degrees, and today 8 record low temperatures still stand on the books. Let's compare December 1919 and December 2013 side by side. December 2013 ended with an average temperature of 15.8 degrees, the second coldest ever, and December 1919 remains as the coldest December ever at 15.6 degrees. These average temperatures are almost 13 degrees below the normal value of 28.5 degrees. At this point in the briefing, I thought it would be interesting to discuss the location of the weather instruments now and then, and how this factors into the readings we just looked at. As you can imagine, well-placed sensors are very important in obtaining the most accurate data possible. This picture shows the weather instruments we've used for the past 18 years. The location is north of the runway at the Grand Junction Regional Airport. As you can see, it is well exposed, very accurate, and is not affected by surrounding obstructions that would alter accurate readings. In December 1919, the weather observations were taken from the historic Aspinall building downtown on 4th and Rood. Look closely at the picture and you'll see the anemometer and temperature shelter on the roof. Observations were taken from this location for about 24 years, from 1918 to 1946. Do you think that the observations from this location were affected by the building and the surrounding area? Surely they were. To what degree is uncertain. One would think that the coldest readings would be missed with this sighting being 40 feet above the ground, sitting atop the south side of a stone building. Apparently such locations were acceptable in years past, but today such sighting is strictly prohibited due to the known influence of buildings on temperatures. How would have December 2013 data have looked if sensors were on the Aspinall building? Or could December 1919 have been even colder had thermometers been well exposed near today's sensors? We will likely never know the answer to these questions, but it is interesting to ponder. Today we've taken a look at two of the coldest Decembers ever, 1919 and 2013. One thing is a certainty, and that is that a substantial snowpack in the Grand Valley will keep temperatures well below normal. That, associated with the cold northwest flow, will result in record or near record cold for Grand Junction. Thanks for watching and have a great day.